Hey guys, it's Renee, and today I want to talk to you about Jamie and Bran. So, in the 2 years between season 7 and season 8, there's been a lot of theories about Jamie being Azor Ahai and all kinds of weird stuff. Never really bought into that, but ever since these 2 episodes of season 8, Jamie and Bran's relationship and their interactions are just weird to me. So I decided that I was going to take a closer look at their relationship, see what connections I can make, what kind of theories I can come out of it. So let's just jump in.
Why didn't you tell them?
You won't be able to help us in this fight if I let them murder you first.
What about afterwards?
How do you know there is an afterwards?
Bran keeps making it seem as though Jamie's somehow important to all of this, but why? Because Jamie and Bran haven't had like a story connection since season 1.
The things I do for love.
Yeah, Jamie pushing Bran out the window was kind of a big deal. It was like the catalyst that started this whole ball game. But their stories haven't actually directly intersected ever since. So, one thing that I've been thinking about, even before this season started, was the fact that it's been long rumored that there are hidden clues and meanings in season 1, episode 1, that kind of foreshadow things to come. And one of the big ones that has been around forever is the Curse of Robert. Basically, everybody that he touches in that Welcome to Winterfell scene dies. I'm pretty sure we're all aware of this, but I cut it together anyway, so let's take a look.
Cat!
Your Grace.
What have we here? It must be Rob.
So then there's the 3 that he didn't touch: Arya, Bran, and Sansa. But he did speak to them. So again, it's kind of long been theorized that maybe the words that he said to them were actually foreshadowing things to happen in their future. So let's start off with looking at Arya.
Your name is?
Arya.
Finally, a girl is Noah.
A girl is Arya Stark of Winterfell. And I'm going home.
So this connection's kind of easy to make. He says, and your name is, and it really connects to Arya's overarching story throughout almost all the seasons with her faceless man journey, and then finally realizing like, hey, I'm Arya Stark, I'm not this faceless man crap. That's the easy one. Next, let's move on to Sansa.
Aye, you're a pretty one.
And comes another. Younger. More beautiful. To cast you down and take all you hold dear.
So this hasn't actually come to completion yet, but if you think about it, neither has the Maggie the Frog prophecy. Cersei's kids have died, but the younger, prettier part hasn't actually happened yet, which is why a lot of people think that Sansa will end up being the one that wins the Iron Throne and she's the queen in the end. It could happen. I'm not totally bought in yet. The Maggie the Frog prophecy doesn't say that this person is going to be a queen. I don't even know if there's going to be a throne at the end. It just says that the younger, prettier one is going to cast you down and take all that you hold dear. So even if Sansa doesn't end up being the queen in the end, I do think that she's going to play an integral part of taking Cersei down in the long run. Last but not least, we have Bran. So let's take a look at what Bobby B says to him.
Shows your muscles. You'll be a soldier.
We're all very well aware of the fact that Bran was pushed out the window in this very same episode. So Bran was crippled. I never made a connection on how Bran could possibly be a soldier until just recently I noticed something else about this scene.
You'll be a soldier.
That's Jamie Lannister.
After Bobby B says, "You're going to be a soldier," the camera immediately pans to Jamie Lannister. So this is where I started trying to connect dots.
Make it Sir Jamie Lannister, the Kingslayer. Whatever else he is, the man's still a knight.
We all know Sir Jamie Lannister is a knight. But
You think carrying a crooked spear makes you a soldier? No. Fighting in a war makes you a soldier.
So we fight and die, or we submit and die. I know my choice. A soldier should know his.
I'm not the fighter I used to be. But I'd be honored to serve under your command, if you'll have me.
So yes, Jamie's a knight, but to add a little bit more credibility to this, I'm in the military. I've been in the Air Force, and it doesn't matter if you're an E1 or a 4-star general. If you're in the Air Force, you're referred to as an airman. Or if you're in the Army, doesn't matter what your rank is, everybody's referred to as a soldier. So yes, Jamie's rank is a knight, but at the end of the day, he's a soldier. And it's more evident from when he went to Brienne and he's asking to serve under her. Jamie's a soldier. So this is my first connection to that scene with Bobby B. Anyway, let's look at what else we know about Jamie Lannister.
Jamie Lannister, the Kingslayer. Call him what he is. Kingslayer!
Kingslayer. Right.
The Kingslayer!
Jamie Lannister will always and forever be known as the Kingslayer.
What did the Mad King say when you stabbed him in the back?
He said the same thing he'd been saying for hours. Burn them all.
Burn them all, he said. Burn them all, he kept saying. Burn them all.
Jamie's called the Kingslayer because he killed the Mad King. And by now you're probably like, okay, duh, Renee. But this actually does get him a step closer to Bran. So the next thing that I'm going to show you is Bran's visions. And I'll say this ahead of time. When this aired in season 6, I'm one of those people that took it and looked at it frame by frame to try to see what every single one of the things was, because it goes by so fast. But anyway, let's take a look.
Burn them all!
Where's my sister?
So if you're a big old nerd like me and actually took the time to look at that frame by frame, you'll see that almost everything that he sees in his vision actually makes sense. So he sees things about his family and he sees things about the Night King and the White Walkers. But the two really random things that he sees that seem to have no connection to Bran whatsoever is the dragon flying over King's Landing and seeing Jamie kill the Mad King and hearing the Mad King say burn them all over and over again. Matter of fact, if you listen to that with headphones on, you'll see that he's even whispering burn them all throughout the whole vision. So as it stands right now, Bran has absolutely no connection whatsoever to Jamie killing the Mad King or the Mad King or anything like that. So why in the world did Bran need to see that? So I was on the train of believing that maybe this was Bran and time travel and whispering in the ear of the Mad King and that drove him mad. But I think I'm coming to a different conclusion.
Samwell Tarly.
I wasn't sure if you'd remember me.
I remember everything.
What happened to you beyond the wall?
I became the Three-Eyed Raven.
Oh. I don't know what that means.
I can see things that happened in the past. I can see things happening now. All over the world. Why did you come to Winterfell?
So I only showed you that to show that Bran had no idea that Sam was coming. He literally asks him, so why are you here? I just wanted you to see that so you can see the contrast between how he is with Sam and then how he is with Jamie.
What are you doing out here? Waiting for an old friend. The things we do for love.
Why didn't you tell them?
You won't be able to help us in this fight if I let them murder you first.
So, in contrast to anybody else that came back, Bran really makes it seem like Jamie's important. This little raven boy sat outside all night long and waited for his old friend. And then Jamie gets there, they have the trial. He says the things I do for love, but he didn't tell anybody or reveal to anybody that he knew that it was Jamie that pushed him out the window. And then they have that talk in the Godswood, and like I said, it just seems like he feels like Jamie is important and is necessary. The only other person that, or thing that seems necessary that he's really pushing is for John to find out who his parentage is. I don't know why that's quite so important yet, but I do think I've made the connection with Bran and Jamie.
You're a warg, Bran. It's in your blood. You got inside Hodor's mind.
I can't do that, Lord Thor.
No one can do that. Anyway.
So, the one detail that we know about Bran is he's the only warg that can warg a human. So, the way I see this potentially going down is at some point, Jamie goes down, we think he's dead, but he's not really dead, he's just wounded and unconscious. And the Night King does actually get into proximity of Bran, and we know he likes to do his, like, Night King stare at you thing and kind of marinate in the moment. So he's going to take his time a little bit. But right before he's actually able to kill Bran, we see Bran's eyes go white. We see Jamie pop up, and Jamie then saves Bran. This would fulfill this.
You'll be a soldier.
That's Jamie Lannister.
They call you King Killer.
I'm sure someone does.
So Bran becomes a soldier and uses the Kingslayer to slay the king. Now, I know this is a little on the tinfoily side, but this was actually a really fun video to make, so I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye.